What's the deal? Welcome back to another episode of Chief Know with Duno. This is somebody that you guys see but don't know in the streets of Los Angeles and more places. This is one of my best friends. It's kind of awkward I'm interviewing him, but I think it's time because you guys been asking me about graffiti interviews, and I'm just kind of iffy about it just because, you know, I ain't gonna lie. I was very heavily influenced with OG Husky Radio. I used to be a fan of his interviews back. I don't think he does them anymore, huh? He don't really do them anymore.
OG Husky?
Yeah, I don't think he does them anymore.
From time to time.
He did them from time to time.
Yeah,
he was dope though. I used to watch his shit a lot, definitely when I was younger. But this podcast is sponsored by PROCLUB. Make sure you tap in with the club, with the team, you know what I'm saying? My design, my shirt is all over Zoomies. So tap in with that. Over I'm gonna say over 100 stores. I could be wrong, but over 100 stores. So go to Zoomies.com and look up the PROCLUB /Duno collab, and you'll see it there. But or also go to the PROCLUB website and go get yourself the PROCLUB. You know what I'm saying? But we're here with my boy, Zoner, MTA, MIH. What's cracking, pot?
Yeah, what it do, bro?
What it do, bro? What it do? Nah, yeah, nervous ass food.
I am.
Why you nervous, fam?
I don't know if it's gonna be like on some friend shit or some real like.
What do you mean? We're just friends, fool.
Yeah, but you're gonna interview me like a real.
How many people have you went over? Nah. But yeah, so I've known Zoner since we were kids, teenagers, literally, about 15, 16. But I don't know if you want to give him a breakdown. It's because it is a little awkward when you interview somebody you know, because I've known you literally my whole life. Yeah. So let us know where you grew up, how many siblings you have, like kind of a little bit about your life before, and then we'll get into the graph shit.
Shit, well, I grew up all over the place.
Literally,
yeah. South Central is mainly the area, but I grew up all over the place. Where West Side, like Echo Park, and then the Mid City to South Central to the Watts and all that. But
yeah. And you were definitely all over for sure.
Yeah.
But the two main areas was the section, which is the 90026.
Yeah, right.
And then South Central.
Yeah, the thing is that growing up, like you know, when you start hitting the teenage years and you start really becoming a man, that's when I was right there.
Yeah. The kind of like the story to the graffiti and everything you do now comes from the section. Which is where graffiti is big.
Yeah, because I went to school all the time on the West Side, which is like, you know, right there. But I lived in South Central my whole life, so I kind of knew the both. And
you were kind of in between those two. Yeah, they're both home for sure.
Family gangbangs and shit. Yeah.
So. That is true though, because people don't know this, but none of your family members tag or nothing. You're literally the only one. They all gangbang.
Yeah. We said about my younger brother.
Yes, except your younger brother. Shout out my boy Slack. But other than that, they all gangbang. Was there a reason you were like, I'm cool with that, I'll just be a tagger?
Just the fucking like being extra cautious and like having like, that's why the way I dress is the way I dress too. Like I just try to be low key and shit. Yeah. But not being able to go places, not being able to do shit, like, you know, like being from like, I don't know. I think I could just handle myself.
Yeah. It's definitely and it's crazy because obviously I know your family, I've known them for years. And it's the total opposite. Like, you're a whole different vibe compared to them. Shout out my boy, his older brother. Shout out my boy Deuce, man. That he's, you know, they gangbang and shit. So I think when they see you tagging, it's kind of like a trip. Like, because essentially you're kind of doing the same thing. It's just not as, at the level of craziness. But it could get like that.
Yeah, especially when you be around their neighborhood and they see you other places and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they hit you up with that's right.
Yeah. That's right. You're also a teen parent.
Yeah.
If we had a daughter young, how was that?
Had her 17, fucking graduated, you know, with her right there.
She was at the graduation, huh?
Yep.
Damn.
Everything. Yeah, she's 8 now. Big.
Kayla's 8?
Yep, she's 8.
She's Aiden's age.
Aiden, I think he's a year older.
Kayla was born in 2016?
Yeah.
Oh, Aiden's 2015. Oh, shit, a year older. Yeah. Damn, what the fuck? Because I've known you 2 years before that, so that means, damn, I've literally seen your daughter almost become. That's how I feel about Aiden. It is kind of a trip.
Remember? I think you were the first.
I met her.
No. You remember when I was on the phone and she telling me she's pregnant? I'm like, yo.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
You were like the first one.
I was one of the first ones to know that you were having a kid. I was like, sheesh. That's right. But because I remember, I was like, I might have been fresh out of juvenile hall. And then I met you with the person you were with at the moment, and then I was like, oh, and then you were like, hey, I'm having a kid. I was like, hey, that's all right. It is crazy how and then okay, so before that, you were already into the graph.
Yeah. I've always like middle school when I went right there to over right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, where you went to school.
And then those were taggers, like middle school taggers and shit. And I've always saw that shit. And I used to write like my family hood name.
Yeah.
Because my pops is big Doe, my brother's little Doe,
and then
I'll be like
baby Doe. Yeah,
just little bush.
Yeah.
And then from there, just after I met Rovic.
Yeah, shout out Rovic.
Yeah, that boy gave me my name and everything. He taught me everything, and that's
that is crazy because okay, so essentially you were writing, but not at that level.
Bro, it was book scratch shit.
Like you were hitting black books, kind of.
Bro, not even that.
Like
bro.
notebooks?
No, bro. It was just like bullshit, just bullshit at school shit.
And then you met Rovic through soccer.
I met him, through soccer in the 8th grade when I switched schools.
Okay. When you switched schools.
Yeah.
And then people don't know you're super good at soccer.
Oh, I'm just athletic.
You thought because you were really good at football, but you also sucked, and your team sucked.
Yeah.
Your school sucked, but you were essentially a good running back.
Yeah.
Okay. So you met Rovic in the 8th grade, and then in the 9th grade is when you got into the graffiti, or in 8th grade?
It was in 8th grade. He gave me my name, and I started it was a wonder. Yeah. And then months later was when
which essentially like 9th grade. No, because you're a year older than me. 99?
98.
Oh, you're 2 years older than me. No, you are 2 years older than me. Then now that okay, so you're old. So you were a junior when I was a freshman. When I met you.
I think I was a sophomore.
You flunked the grade?
My years my birthday September.
You're late. He's late. Because you started late. So you're a year older than me technically. And then I met you in the 9th grade. So you started really tag. Because before you were writing with Rovic, you were writing with Hafel, the homie Hafel.
Yeah.
And then at the moment, Hafel was from a crew. But you were like a wonder kind of.
Yeah, Hafel was the one that got me into like filling in. All right, stop tagging, stop doing all this.
Oh, because you were just catching tags.
Yeah, I was catching tags, just trying to do like outlines, figure out how to control shit. And then that fucking Hafel was like, all right, let's go through throwies, let's go through this, and all right, bet, say less, and then.
And then also I think at that moment, which was like 20. Shout out Hafel. Damn, I've known Hafel for that long too. Now I think about it. Shout out my boy Hafel. At the moment, it was a crazy time, I guess, in graph, right? Like where fools weren't really putting the thought into the graph. Like fools were doing ghost fillings and outlines and just straight outline. No shadows, no nothing. Just whoever was up was up.
Yeah, we kind of had like, we seen the fools that were kind of active at the time, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I remember around like
2015, like 2014, 15, 16. I would say there was a gang of fools that were up at the moment. That fool, the one that I could remember that was killing it was AIDS.
Oh yeah. AIDS.
At the moment, he was at like his peak of like, that fool was like on some whole other. Yeah, I was like, damn fool, how'd you get up there?
Nerve, Mumble,
Nerve.
Yank,
that fool. There was a gang of fools, and then Yank. Yank from BMW at the moment was killing. And I do remember when
but that's our generation. That's what we saw.
That's what we saw, kind of, because there was because growing up, do you remember any crews that you would really pay attention to?
You know, it's crazy. In middle school, I remember taking the bus, leaving, like going to South Central, and I always used to see Evort.
Oh, Evort.
Before I even knew about before I even knew about them, but I'll see his like tags up in the high cutting spots. I'm like, what the.
Yeah, he because as much as he has bombs, he also has a gang of
especially
high spots.
In our sections.
He killed it. Yeah. Oh, that was one of the first graphers you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this was Then like Mumble, then others merch, and then.
Yeah, I do remember growing up. I mean, especially because I lived. We grew up in a section. There was a huge when it was like the DBs and which was like the landy spots and the crazy spots, but also you would meet fools from like big ass crews like the OTRs. Obviously, I was younger. I didn't really care too much about meeting fools. I was just, we were just tagging and shit.
We're getting up our own.
But you do remember, who has that legendary spot? The Merch, the one on Beverly. Is it Mumbo or Merch?
Which one?
Merch, the one right when it's gonna turn into. You're going down Beverly, but you're about to give a right to when you're about to hit where the shop used to be at, the storage unit, and then you're about to go up Beverly.
Yeah, I think that's one, but on the inside by where the bushes.
Yes,
that's Merch. It's Merch.
It's Merch. I remember Merch having that for so long, and I'm like, damn, this is. And he had it chunky, the big ass, the OTR, and I was like, damn, this is crazy. That's one of the first ones I remember seeing up, and then I met him like at a graph show, like briefly, like. It's like, oh, Duna Mike, and he's like, oh, Merch OTR. And he was kind of like in his own world, you know?
Yeah.
Type
Even
shit.
like you said, the Landy shit, when we got into that, shout out DV's Zumba Guts with the Landy, the food junk. Remember we kick it at Belmont, we see all the old ass tags.
Okay, yeah. So that's another thing. Belmont High School, when it comes to graffiti, was a legendary high school, and the DBs kind of had like the initial spots there, and me and this fool would kick it, drink 40s with the homies and the homegirls. We'll find new places to find in Belmont. Yeah. And the high school is big as shit. Bro, one time we saw a junk spot from like something. So sick, like, and we were like, what the? And it was in the smallest, like a light that probably hasn't been changed in over 20 years maybe now. Mm-hmm. The small, and I remember sending it to Guts and he's like, that's the homie. And then we met him and it was like, oh shit, what's up, fool? Mm-hmm. I remember because I think we met him together. We might have met him together.
Like with Bebo and them.
With Bebo and them, yeah.
I think.
Yeah, see, and I always try to tell people, like, my first influence of graffiti, it wasn't like the big crews, obviously, but it was like, I guess the local legendary crews, which was like the DBs.
Yeah, shout out to fools. Like, that's why I'm like, yeah, the fools kind of put us up, like.
Yeah, like.
When we saw what they were doing, they kind of like led the path to how we wanted to see how.
Well, for sure, I think, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but I do remember at some point being like, well, at some point I was from DB.
Yeah,
I was from DB, and I remember it being like, I was DB at my age, but I remember the city treating me a lot different. Like people were already cool with me being from MIH. Like I had a lot of homies, but when I was like DB MIH, the city for sure was like, yeah, they was like, they kind of showed me a lot more love. And it was a little different.
It'd be like that. I mean, once you're from like somewhere else that's respected and that old, it's like, niggas stop.
Yeah. So can you tell me like your first bomb? You were like, oh, okay, I did my first bomb.
My first one?
Your first bomb, like Hot Boy shit.
It wasn't even, I didn't think it was Hot Boys right there, yeah. RFK. You know that wall that everybody's Yeah, Hot Fool took me there. Yeah, he took me there. I remember it was
where the soccer fields at.
I thought it was doing my bomb, but it's what my throw is now.
So you thought you were doing a bomb at the moment?
Yeah, but it was just fat, chunky, wasted like 10 cans, like stupid shit.
Damn. 10 cans?
Bro, just to throw you. Like if I thought I was doing my shit, you know? You know how
you thought you were up, huh?
Yeah. But at the time we were racking and we were kids, so it was so easy for us to rack. And we would rack like duffel paints, like duffel bags full of paint, so we'll just, we wouldn't care about that shit. You know?
Yeah.
Just the times when the fools would ask for paint. Oh well, not fools, but like the hoods would ask for paint.
Yeah, like here you go, bro. Here's some paint. They'll be like, all right, bro, keep doing your shit. Just don't go over the hood.
Yeah.
I've definitely been in situations like that. Which I remember one time. I don't know if you remember. We're painting somewhere, and some fools were like, "Hey, dog, you fools going over the hood?" And we're like, "Nah, fool." They're like, "Can we get a candle?" We're like, "Here you go, big dog." And then he slows, and we kept painting, and them fools were hella cool after. They were like, "They're like, keep painting your shit, fool. Keep doing your thing."
Yeah, that's the shit that I missed the most. All the missions back then.
Yeah, I mean,
because we were all young, and it's not like, and we were all building, so we're all like,
yeah. Well, so you were a wonder for about a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple months.
I think probably like a year, because he did get my name in the 8th grade, and then I remember I was in high school when I got into
MIH. Yeah, and then so how did Rovic tell you about the crew? This is awkward conversation because I know about the story, obviously.
Yeah, because, all right, I remember you guys started like around September.
Yes, literally 9th grade, like 9th. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember I got in like 2 months after. And the only reason why I didn't get on sooner is because of FaZe. Remember? She was tripping on me.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because how I would dress and everything.
Okay, so fool, that's a crazy start. Okay, so we started the crew in September. That's crazy. Like, cause I guess I've never really told stories like this, not like in depth, but I think it's a great time to tell it. So I started the crew with somebody, and well, technically it was me. I came up with the name, but whatever, right? And then it was like 6 of us. One of them's resting in peace. The homie Mara RIP. Another fool became an op technically, and then the homegirl's no longer around. She had her kids, moved on with her life, and then the other homies started gangbanging. Yeah. And then it essentially was only me and Evro that kind of just stuck with it, and like skills and shit. Yeah. And then little by little, the homies started getting in, like Rovic, Fitz.
I got in before.
Foam. You got in before Evro?
Yeah, before, because even before Folk and
oh yeah, no, I know that. But yeah, and then the homegirl, and then I think when people think of taggers, they look back and it's like, fool, that's supposed to dress banged out. Yeah. That wasn't the stilo in our city where we grew up. I mean, it was. Don't get me wrong, fools were dressed banged out that were sick ass taggers. But another example, the DBs, who a crew that benefited. That played a big part and role in the way the crew, kind of the way we acted, the way we carried ourselves. Them fools were wearing skinny jeans with mohawks, beating fools up and skating.
And not giving a fuck what nobody thought.
No, they didn't give a fuck about what nobody thought.
Get active and get up, and ain't no one really gonna have to
say Yeah. So, and I think that's the image that we all kind of play. Like, I never dressed banged. I mean, I didn't think that was banged out. I mean, I would wear cargo shorts, Vans, and a black tee.
You just needed big clothes.
Fuck you, fool. But and Zoner was like, you were an athletic fool, so you would dress like a regular tee, shorts, and Vans. And I think people maybe thought like, oh, that meant you were pussy, or that meant certain things towards us, right? And then obviously they got proved wrong and they'll get beat up. But what I'm saying is, the homegirl phase was a little more Chola ways.
Yeah, she was more down to me.
Yeah. She was fighting food. I remember.
She was a fighting food.
And then that's the only reason you didn't get in earlier.
Yeah, then that's when you guys. I just started painting everywhere. Then I remember the time I met you when we got in, something was happening right there at your school, and you guys were all getting into it. And then after we just all went to the block. And then that's when I was like, you know, you were like, fuck it, let's get to win. And we were in the back. And
damn, that's crazy. Something was happening at Belmont.
No.
MC.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some fools were getting. I don't know who was getting down nothing, but I just remember I was back in Rovic and we were all just deep right there.
Damn. Okay.
Backing you up
that was a great time. And then you've been from MIH ever since, obviously. Yeah. And then can you remember like some of the funnest times you had with the homies, like painting and shit?
Fuck shit.
There's a lot. But can you remember like a memorable one?
The time me and you and RP Rams were arguing. That's not so long ago.
That's not when we were kids, but not too long ago.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I don't know if you want to tell the story.
You tell.
Okay, so 3 years ago, maybe 4. No, maybe 3. Me and this one Rams were kicking it. We're shipping, and we're like, "Hey, let's go paint a spot. Let's go do a man, I'm hungry for Thanksgiving." So we went to the spot. Keep in mind, I'm way back then, and please tell him I was able to climb fences and shit back then.
Oh yeah, on the freeway.
Yeah, that was really good. I used to be really good at climbing fences and running away, but all that went out the window very fast. So we get to the spot, and we're about to paint the spot, and Zoner doesn't really drink like that, but me and Rams were buzzing it, and Rams and Zoner both can really bomb. I'm the type of tagger that could do my throwy, the crew, and catch tags. You won't see me try to help out the production unless I have to just paint. Like if the wall's black, I'll paint it white so these folks could do it. Like I'm a role player for as much as this is my crew and I love it to death. And like, I'm a role player when it comes to graffiti, bro. I'm just like, I'm here. So we get there and Ramser's buzz and Zoner's not. So Ramser's enjoying his time and Zoner's doing, okay, so we're like, who's gonna do the outline? Zoner's like, I got it. So I'm following his outline. Ramser is drunk ass. So it's man, I'm hungry. So Zoner's still like on the am, like on the I am. So Ramser's like, all right, fool, I'm gonna start. You're like, fool, I got it. It's my outline. And he starts doing some crazy, because you understand, he had dope ass style, but they're just two different styles. So the letters weren't gonna match. So these fools started arguing for like 20 minutes. Bro. And I'm sitting there like just drunk as fuck. Like
I think you even hit up, some people pulled up, remember?
Oh yeah, the homegirls pulled up on me.
The homegirls pulled up, and then they're just right there laughing at us.
Yeah, because one of the homegirls go, because I was like, "Hey fool, can you grab me the pen?" You were like, "I need more white or something." And the homegirls like, I think shout out the homegirl Jizz and Steph. That's what I remember. They're like, "We've never done nothing like this." I'm like, "Well, come." They're like, "We don't want to fall on the freeway." I'm like, "You're not. Just climb this. If you could climb it, if not, go like this." So they came in and they were just watching us paint. But for like 20 minutes, these fools were arguing over the word hungry. Like, it was my letters though. And he's like, "Well, fool, it's still gonna look good. It's not gonna match though."
Yeah, it's because it's different. Like, you know, when someone's so good and they're doing like crappy shit, you just like,
because he was drunk.
You know you could do better than that. So it's like, bro, you just, you know? And I was at the point like in charge of that spot. So it's just like, fuck.
And I was so drunk. And I was like, "Hey, fool, it's not even that serious." And Rems was like, "Well, then I'm not gonna help." Like a kid, I'm not gonna help them. And he goes to the cut. He starts sipping. And I'm like, "Fool, just do the third." I'm like, no, because it's different styles, remember? I do my shadows different. And I'm like, "Fool, you're such a child." But that was a great time. I do remember that.
And then even the time we went to East Los, we all like walked it there, fucking caught the bomb on top.
Yeah.
I think that's the time we got pressed upon right there.
They were like, "Hey, what's up with the pain, dog?" We're like, "We got you, brother. Here you go."
Walked on both sides of the street, just killing everything.
Yeah, we used to have like a little, ritual where we go, what's it called, where we would go paint like on Halloween. That used to be like our thing. And like for the crew, we used to just go paint all over every city in Halloween, and that shit was dope as fuck.
So I even got the sleep, the one you have picture sleeping like this.
I have a photo of Zoner. Maybe we could pop it up here and we'll just cover his face. Zoner's asleep in blankets. I guess he fell asleep like this, but the homie had a Virgin Mary blanket, so he put it over you. The homie Hems, he put it over you, and you were kind of like this.
After a night of painting, we just all slept right there.
Yeah, we all used to just sleep on Douglas for sure. What made you stick to graffiti as you got older? Obviously, like in high school, we were kind of both doing our thing. Me and you were definitely. There was a time where we were fucking just me and you were like the youngest fools kind of in the scene. Like there was fools painting, but not like that really. But we were the youngest fools in the scene, and obviously I started doing what I'm doing now. But you've became like this household name. But what made you continue from high school to fucking just kind of taking over the world with graffiti and shit like that?
Shit, just I don't know. It's like when you're something you're good at, fool. Like you're not really. I'm not really good at a lot of shit, but the shit I am good at, I'm gonna push that shit. You feel me?
Yeah. Like, I'm good at two things: being a dad and graffiti.
Yeah, fuck it.
And working out. But yeah, you stayed with it, and you're to this day you're a fucking.
Yeah, I think it's the being there without being there. Like people like seeing it and hitting you up, like, "Oh shit, fool! I seen you here. I seen you here. I seen you here." So I think that's like. It just reminds you of me, so you get to see me everywhere. So and around that time was high school shit. So I was just being a dick, doing it to the people I didn't want me to see me.
Yeah, cause I do remember at some point in high school, me and you were probably like, I guess in like as a teenagers, we were like the cool kids because of how up we were. Mm-hmm. We were like mad up, and also the crew was one of the only crews that made it through that era. A lot of those crews, a lot of them started gangbanging or they dropped off. To this day, we're some of the homies that are still painting this shit, but you definitely stuck out fast, and then you continue with it. You went hard. And how'd you go from the low-key shit to the hot boy shit? That was like your phase at some point, like, I'm a hot boy fool, like, daylight shit. Like, now you think about it a little more. Yeah. But at some point, this fool was a fucking asshole. Like, I'm only doing daylight shit, pussies. Like, you fools only painting at night, lames. I'm like, shut up. Like, oh, he used to be a Stockton boy. Let me tell you about that. Ugly ass era. Tell him about that era, please.
Bro, it's just getting up. That was the era of getting up and getting active. Everyone has it. Everyone has their little
their little phase of like not giving a fuck.
Just going, just hitting everything, getting everything. But that's what I was young, so I had to do that. I had to like put my name out there so I could be able to do what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Chilling, have spots run, no one touch it. You know, be able to hit dope shit, see spots people don't see.
Yeah.
You know, hit shit like.
And we'll get into the other career from because I think that's the conversation people really want to know about. But you've also traveled now.
Oh yeah, that's just full. That's open my. I should open a whole new fucking.
Okay, so we've talked about. I think me and you, like between a lot of the homies, what's the difference between New York graffiti and LA graffiti? I need you to break it down because you guys smashed it in New York when you guys went.
Yeah. Fuck. the rules out there are a bit different for sure. Because out here we go through the bigger the better. Or the
Okay, so what's the rules for people that don't know? I like break it down. So it's
out here obviously is like what?
Say it in order so people can know.
Okay, it's fills over tags.
Okay, throwies over tags.
Yeah, any filling tags over tags.
Yeah,
and then over throwies over tags. Then is bombs over throwies, like pieces over throwies and stuff like that. Then it's at that point what is roller over everything. Then it comes bigger and better.
But then people se pasan de verga.
It's because people like to use the rule book and be like, oh, these are the rules. But also in that rule book, there's also the unwritten rule of respect. Also, obviously, we all we're from LA. That's what we all fucking praise for and shit. But so, being as an active person, we see foods that we see that active, we wouldn't go over them. Or even if they have whack shit and we're trying to do something bigger. It's just a matter of respect.
I think,
because and then we take it because we're from around here and we understand how it is from here. There's a lot of foods that come to our section that are from
other crews,
like Valley, down towards like SUV, Pomona, that just want to come and get active. So they come and, do.
And they do their shit.
Do the rules. They play the rule book. But obviously in New York, it's a big different. Over there, you can't be going over tags from big ass foods.
Yeah, so you told me that. So you can't go over foods like if
they get butthurt. Foods will get butthurt and they'll rag. And over there, they don't give a fuck about like style and shit. So they'll rag your shit. Like even if we have some dope shit, there's just tags over all.
Take over. Yeah, because in LA, it does look lame. Like if you have a bomb or throwing some food, just catch tags all over your shit.
Yeah, that's what.
Like, come on, fool. At least go over my shit good.
Yeah, at least go over everything, or that's why people use the bigger and better rule.
Yeah, bigger and better rule.
Yeah, but
but it does play a part because we've definitely it's gone both ways.
Yeah,
we've been victims of. Hey, fool! Like we had that spot for a year or two. Dick, why'd you go over that? And then there's the other thing where it's like, but we went big, and then we've used the card too.
Yeah, but we've also, like I've said before, we've also took it to the chin. Like we try to be slick. All right, let's go over them and do that shit. Oh, they come back. All right, we take it to the chin. Like
have you done that?
Yeah, many times, fool. When people you go over fools and don't think they're gonna come back and they come back, you just can't get butthurt because they had it first. You gotta just take it to the chin. And, all right, fool. Like
okay, I respect that.
Can't get away with this one. Fuck it. Like
because sometimes there is foods I've had throwies for a minute.
Yeah, or even like shit like that, I wouldn't touch, fool, for sure.
Like if foods had throwies for a minute.
Like tags for a long ass time that's been there running.
Is there a tagger that has a spot that you were like you wanted to hit and you're like, but he's been having it forever? Like, is there a tag somewhere where
a shit ton, bro? I be seeing there's a lot of bangers, there's a lot of bangers out here, like RP Buster.
Oh yeah.
Who caught bangers are still running there.
Tags,
bro. Tags, fill-ins, everything. Fool, he caught fill-in in the weirdest spots, like in Westlake, in the hood, bro, in the hood, and I'd be like, damn, how the fuck you do that?
Yeah,
got away with that though.
Yeah, there is.
And me, I like to get my spots.
Yeah, you're like a daredevil type of fool for sure.
Get my little bangers in the hood.
Yeah, shit, you have bangers, and there's a spot that you're really known for. Is on 6th and Loma in front of the Rampart station.
Oh yeah.
At the billboard. And to this day, I'll be like, fool. And I remember you told it, you're like, I'm gonna go hit this spot. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. Because not only is there cops, there's big ass hoods there. And I'm like, fool, you're nuts. And you're like, I'm gonna do it.
Fool, that's where the hood's
So there's in between 3 barrios right there. Just. But I was like, well, are you gonna do it? And you're like, yeah. Can you tell us about that one? And every spot we're talking about, we'll add the photo. But yeah.
Fucking well. That one I did it with Hafa. I had that fool keep lookout for me, and I took me like a cool, I ain't gonna lie, like 5 hours. So, because the first time I went, remember I had it small.
Yes,
I had it small, and that one took me like 2 hours. That shit was easy. I did it small. I wasn't even thinking about it. And then our beef fucking dissed it. Yeah. After like 2-3 years.
Our beef at the moment, we don't beef with them no more. Yeah.
They fucking dissed it, and then we fucking. That's when I went back and I'm like, all right, fucking, I'm about to go bigger.
And you didn't even last. They rocked for like a day.
Nah, yeah, they fucking rocked for probably 2 days. I ain't gonna lie.
They rocked for 2 days, and then this fool went back and went bam.
Yeah, bang. That's when they were like, oh fuck this.
You can have it, big dog.
They haven't touched this since. Because we dropped, but
but it's been you've had that shit for years now. Before I remember you having that spot, and I was like, dog, you went there, and you were like, yeah, I went there. But you like that one? And I'm like, yeah, fool, but you also
yellow and blue, bro, pop in, bro.
Yellow and blue is great. And cops did pass by for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, they passed
by. It's right next to the police station.
Yeah, they just didn't look up. I mean,
you're like, fuck it, let me just.
No, that's why I choose those spots. Be low key in a sense.
And is a reason why you work? People don't know, but you work out a lot. You're crazy with your gym, your health. Is there a reason why you work? Is that one of the reasons why you work out a lot? Because you're able to get away, climb fences?
It helps because I've noticed recently, when I run and shit, when I take off, I could run for a cool minute without even before I start thinking about like, oh, I'm tired. Back then it used to be different. Oh well, I'm always.
You always been definitely a healthier person.
Yeah, but at the time I was fat, like when COVID and shit.
Oh yeah.
I was like 220, 225, like the heaviest. That's when I remember sleeping. Going on my side and like feeling my stomach.
Nah.
My fucking boxers.
I've been sleeping like that for years, brother.
I feel my fucking boxers fold down. That's when I'm like, nah, low key, I gotta like.
And then you went hard in the gym.
Yeah.
But it definitely helps with the climbing, the getting to the spots.
Yeah, see that shit. Hell yeah, bro. I'm right there with the shout out Suor. I'm right there with that for parkour, doing parkours and shit.
I want to talk about Suor real quick. Is he a white man? I mean, don't you have to tell me what he is, but he's low key as fuck.
Yeah, he's super low key as fuck.
And he's not from LA, right?
No.
That's cool.
Es de España.
You talk to that for Spanish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hermano.
Oh, you talk like that?
Yeah, hermano, no, but.
Yeah, you and Nafo have some spots. Like
where you are. He hit me up and be like, where you are.
Oh, where you are? Because you don't know proper English?
Yeah, he's learning though. He's learning.
Where you are?
Where you are. So we all say that now.
Oh, you will say that, MJ, where you are. And, okay, so Suor, was he the one that got you into Billy's?
Nah, hell no. I mean, nah, not really.
He got you into the crazy style in Billy's.
Yeah, he's got me into like thinking of like like not just doing basic shit in the sense of like with 3D background, you're filling, do something with everything, like put something in there. Cause that fool be going, he be going.
Oh, fool! I can't read some of his shit sometimes. That fool's lucky. I know that you're his homie, fool. Cause I'd be like, what the fuck? And I'd be like, what's an MT? I think it's like one for Suor. And his name is even. It's kind of. Some people say sour, probably. Suor.
You gotta kind of say it with this.
You gotta say it with an accent.
Yeah.
Suor. Okay. How'd you get in? Okay, so you were from MIH from, let's say, the age of 16 till what? But you still from MIH. What I'm saying is, when'd you get into MTA?
The end of 2019 or 2020. I think it was the end of 2019.
COVID.
No, because that was when it was before it started.
Okay, so
because I remember I got in right before it started.
2019 then.
Yeah.
Okay, so you gotta give us a whole rundown about how'd you get into MTA. You gotta give us like the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, give us like the whole breakdown. What happened before that? Where you like how? So what was this conversation like?
Well, you know us. We've been us being kids. Those fools were always we kind of knew of the MT as being like the top.
One of the most legendary crews of all time.
Yeah, so I would always look at with Chucks and folk when we would be chilling in this fucking house smoking. On YouTube, see other shit, even even though the other side.
Yeah.
But fucking, I think that fool Rums. Like shout out Rums.
Shout out Rums.
He low key recruit a lot of fools for MTA, like hitters fools,
Because Rums is like. Not saying that the other fools aren't outside, but Rums was local.
Yeah, he's like a park.
He grew up with us. Yeah. Essentially, grew up in the same area, so fools start meeting fools.
Yeah, and he knew. I think he told Jules, and Jules told me about it.
So Jules was your gateway to MTA. Jules was your messenger.
Yeah. He told her. She told me, and then we just started talking through IG, and we started painting foods.
Yeah. So this was 2019. You and Hafu were already killing.
Oh yeah, we were known to be like.
You fools were known. You fools were kind of like, and at the moment you were from you're from MIH, and then Hafu was from IK at the moment.
Yeah.
But he became a wonder.
Yeah, he came a wonder like. Yeah, he was IK for a cool bit, but then he did his
thing. I remember we wanted him to be from MIH, and he was like, nah, like just because he grew up a little like. kind of like on the other side, and he was just like, nah, he's like, I want to do my thing. And we're like, fuck, we should have had Haffel. But Haffel got in first.
Yeah, he got in a week before. Oh, well, I kind of linked them up with Haffel. I started bringing Haffel around to paint with Rums. And then they technically asked both of us at the same time. They just had they wanted to do a couple different things with
each one of you guys.
With what I was doing, with my name and then my other crew and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably, I don't know who said, but it went around that I had to let me just say, I had to switch my name and probably drop the crew. And then that's when I was like, I'm cool off that. Why am I gonna?
Okay, yeah, okay. So that's a conversation that's crazy because I do remember because we've always been best friends essentially. Like we've been very tight knit group. My mom known you since you were a kid. Like you for slay out that. Like you for been around. We all been around each other's kids. And I do remember for a moment. The word was I think everyone then were a little more hurt, like, because you guys are kind of more on the body break side. They were like, that fool's owner, that's that fool to get MTA, but they want him to drop the crew, and I was like, and me not, and the homies are a little more sensitive. I think I am too, but I was like, hey fool, like MTA is kind of like that's the goal,
Yeah.
Essentially, that's the goal, like, hey fool, and to me is no shade to the other crew, just where we grew up. They weren't around. Where we grew up, them fools were around.
Yeah.
So that's what we looked up to. Like, and a lot of them fools were homies with the other homies.
Yeah.
Like, there's fools from other crews. There's fools that were from crews that were kicking. But MTA was essentially the goal.
Yeah, that was all.
For everybody. At some point,
one of the best crews.
And I think at some point, if you took graffiti serious like we did, we were like, MTA is the goal. Like, that was always like and I remember Everett telling me like, damn fool, I think that fool's only getting out the crew. And I remember all the homies being like, some of the homies were like, fuck that fool. Not in a bad way, but they're like, damn, how's he just gonna leave us like that? Like, we all started together. And I remember you hit me and you were like, hey, and I was like, well, fool, do what you, like, I feel it, I respect it, like, But I'm not gonna lie, I was a little hurt, like, damn fool, getting famous.
That's why I said no, though. That's why Huffle got him before, and then a week later, that fool, it was Nomas they called me. Shout out Nomas.
Shout out motherfucking Nomas, my perro right there.
Nomas, Appear, those fools called me. And it was Nomas, he was like, fool, don't trip, If anyone has anything to say, just hit him up, let him know. But that I'm from the crew, and that's about it. And
yeah, I think definitely there was. I think that was like, it's crazy because, like, I know it's like graffiti shit, but motherfuckers gossip. The graffiti game is a big-ass gossip pool, like...
Yeah.
It's like a reality show and with spray cans involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at the time I was being like, just because it's like graffiti shit's all about like your like what you're known for, what you're like, the picture you paint for people to see you as. So I was just being stubborn because now I get why, because of the name being all burnt out, whatever it is.
Yeah. I definitely and I didn't take it. I know, like, especially us, like.
The crew shit too. It's not like you guys were not gonna be my family and shit. Family, so
like we're all homies. Yeah. And then I think, but I definitely remember. And this, it sounds like we're like you signed to a fucking record label. Like you left us, but I do remember that being the talk of the time where they're like, where older fools were talking about it. Like, oh fool, we hear someone who's gonna get into MTA, and then we're like. We're all younger, like 19, 18, 17, like, oh yeah, that's what you heard? All right. Like, and we kind of were the crew, like, we were like the crew that didn't let ourselves. Like, we were younger than everybody, but we had fools like me, you, Evo, Rams, that we got up, we earned our, when it comes to at least painting, we were fucking doing our shit. Nobody was bullying us around, so like, and a lot of the crews didn't make it with the graffiti. I think that art was lost for a minute, like getting up. And I remember, like, we would just be like, let's go paint. Like, we would paint. Even if it was toy, I ain't even gonna lie. Like, our thing was like, we're gonna get up and we're gonna be a known graffiti. Like, graffiti. And I think that's the reason why a lot of crews didn't last a long time, was because them fools were just about, like, and beef comes with graffiti. Like, beef is gonna come with graffiti. But some fools just focus on the beef. And that's cool. But now you're just a crew that's just fighting every day. And we went,
that's why the way I wanted to move shit was I mean, was the way we kind of do it now. Just strictly graffiti. You know, we even battle each other. We just, you know, keep it pushing, bro. We're still
okay. So I guess you could say the MTAs came around. They're like, well, fool, that's like I think they and somebody like Nomaz, which I interviewed on No Jumper. He's been to prison. He's done all these things. I guess he could relate to like, oh, this like during the bullshit, but that just shows your loyalty. Like you're willing to turn down something that I guess. Because in the long run, nobody's going to understand the love or being from a big crew like that unless you're in the graffiti game.
Yeah.
So you were like, as much as I would want to, this has been my family for a long time and will continue. So take it or leave it. And they're like, well, fuck it. We'll take you if it comes with what you're going to do. And then, so you got into MTA.
Yeah.
And then you've been MTA MIH ever since. And it's been a fucking...
dope ass fucking...
It's been a dope... You've been...
Traveling, everything, bro. Traveling, doing shit. Like, these fools low-key... paved the way a lot, fool, because
100%.
It's like going places. Oh, MTA, what? Oh, you know, here. Like, shout out to all the big homies, bro. Suffer, Appear, Rollos, fucking all the homies putting in work, heck, like, you know.
And what's crazy is even me, like, with what I do now for a living. I mean, you've been around me, obviously, but we meet rappers and shit like that. But I think to this day, you've introduced me to some of your graffiti homies. And I think growing up, and I'd be like, damn, that's sick. Because it's still it's still kind of like I remember when I met Suffer during the interview. Oh, that was Yamski's. Yamski's might be here, actually. No. You texted him? Yeah. Okay. I remember when I first met Suffer, it was crazy to see how Suffer was.
It's different. Huh?
Like, oh, this is you? Like, because again, you see like a Suffer and a Nomas. Totally two different people.
Two different people, bro. And they both from they're both from MTA, both from CA. They're both like
ghetto, but in their different. Like Suffer has like this thing where he gets in his sauna and like sauna rants, yeah. and then Nomas is just like hood, and it's like how do you? And they're like, oh, it's my best friend, and it's one of the most interesting. But that's what MTA is, I think. Yeah. That's what makes you guys, because you'll see, like, I follow Suffer. I'll see Suffer stories, and I'll see Haffle, and I'm like, fool.
Two different fools, yeah.
What the fuck? I'm like, Haffle, you good? He's like, hell yeah.
Yeah, for real, though, that's what made me open my eyes to a lot of shit, because a lot of different fools.
Just coming together for graffiti.
And, like, when I'm saying when we went to New York, fool, we had a meeting out there. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't have funds for it. But what the big homies, you know,
they took care of you, which they should do because
what big homies do, you know.
I think you earned it. So MTA was obviously MTA's been around forever. They have the legendary river thing, the river roller, the riverbed roller shit. What people don't know is that you have members from all over the fucking world.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Tagging
fucking
in
Mexico, fucking Brazil. We have fools in Spain. You know,
but when you guys went to New York, it was a whole different.
Dog, imagine having a meeting out there with 20 fools from a whole another state, comfortable. Like, bro, we're not in our city, bro. We're over here painting, bro. Like, a whole like what was it like a week? Fucking 2 Airbnbs, like 4 different rentals. The homies were up, bro.
Some grab shit,
bro. That's what opened my eyes, and that's why I always tell you, let's go to San Diego. Let's do little shit. Let's go to San Francisco. Yeah. With the homies, let's kill shit, bro.
No, I definitely want to give you your flowers. I think when it comes to the crew, we've I think when it comes to like just I think all around we've definitely learned to become a family over the years, you know, losing people that we've lost and shit. You know, jokes and rams, but you've been a pioneer, I think, of graffiti in the city. But especially for the homies, I think everybody's just we've always loved it. But seeing you how much you love it and how much love it comes with it, it's definitely been some of the best. Like this, like last year before we lost Rams was some of the best times we had with the homies. Like we were just tag battling each other, and you guys don't understand. The group chat was at its finest. Like, shut up, bitch. Go get your. Like we were
going at it, fool.
and that's something that I think the credit is due. Where it's like you're like, hey, fool, we gotta get up. We gotta go paint. And I think if you want your crew to get up, there's like a little cheat code. Like have a grab battle between each other. Like me and this fool, we we put all the homies' names. We took out and then sometimes they think if you get Zoner on your team, the crew thinks you're cheating. Like, oh, you're a fucking cheater, a fucking lame ass. So at some point it was me, this fool, Rams Foam, and everyone. They're like, fucking cheaters, fucking you fools are cheaters. But it was fun. Like it was competitive, and I think and Graph should have that, but it's also gonna come with the bullshit for sure.
Yep, and I've also learned that too watching like they'll show me like old movies of like the JOR, JS, and like MTAs and shit. And those fools used to have old school battles too, just like the same ones we do and shit like that.
Yeah, and but just between the crews.
Yeah, between between themselves, they just have their own little thing. They also have like the battle of the name, like going at it with each other, who had better spots, styles. And shit like that.
Who's talking about somebody was telling me, because obviously you're from 2 crews. Somebody told me to ask you, how do you feel about fools that are from like 5 crews? I'll tell you mine, just in case you want to be political, brother. I think when you're from that many crews, you're out of your fucking mind. How many group chats you in?
Nah, that's what's funny because we talk shit to like the homie Bliss.
Oh yeah, Bliss.
Bliss from a gang of crews, bro. So we talk shit, but
you was clowning. It's more clowning. It's more
clowning. I mean, to each his own, you know.
Yeah.
You're just cooler.
Are you cool with the 2 you're in?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I'm cool. You know, I'm straight.
I don't see nothing better than MTA, so I don't think I'll get in. There'll be no point for me.
For Zoner is MIH, MTA. Not facts. And hey, you know what's funny? That Zoner gets shit all the time, fool. Okay, so Zoner is MTA, MIH, and then Evro's CMH, MIH. But okay, nobody from CMH take this the wrong way.
Nah, they won't. Everyone knows.
You're essentially the little brother of.
It was like that back then. Like back then, I think that's. I don't know, like legit, like what they did, because obviously I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But from what I did hear, because Rums, he was the main. Oh well.
Yeah.
CMH and all that. They also tell me, that was for like the fools potentially to get into MTA or whatever.
Yeah. So the homies so when we're all drunk kicking it. They make fun of everyone like
it's not like that.
Yeah, no, hold on. Because he's a bully too, fool. You're a piece of shit. And shout out to all the MTA and the FCMA told me. Because I know a lot of you fools kick it. I'm not around like that just because I be on the road and shit. But shout out to fools I do know and shit like that, right? Like, one of the funniest shit. One of my favorite CMHs is Epso. Shout out my boy Epso. Yeah. But one of the funniest things is hearing Zoner and Evro argue. So we'll all be kicking it. It's like these fools kind of on me like, oh, you care more about the homies than the crew, fool. Like, it's so, we do that with Zoner too. Like sometimes Zoner will be like, oh, I don't feel too good to paint today. And we'll be like, but if Swar hit you up, it'll be different, huh? But so we clown like that. But the funniest argument be Zoner and Evro will be like, one time Zoner told everyone, shut up for in front of the CMH used to drop you, lame. Or Zoner will be like, from the Big Brother crew. And everyone will be, so it's like that then, huh, fool? But it's just a funny argument, but yeah, it's comedy. It's and I know other crews go through that for sure. For sure. Like,
well, I mean, and that's the shit because with us it's like with some of the MTAs, they know me, so I could do that with those fools.
Oh, I could, like some of them are you. Some of them you're more closer to than the others.
Yeah. But even the other fools, I really don't.
You don't give a fuck
because they see who I am, so they they really can't tell me.
Yeah, people don't know that you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah. So, but for us, it's like we do this shit for we're not. We have to do this shit.
And sometimes we'll tell Zoner like, "Oh, you're embarrassed of us. That's why you don't bring us around." And Zoner will be like, "It's not that, fool. It's just you fools." He's playing too much.
It's Evro when he's drunk.
So a lot of people don't understand our sense of humor. I think the crew has been known to be a little mean. Like we're kind of like assholes, like in a funny way. Mm-hmm. So and I get it. It's hard to mix your crews because then you're put in the middle. Like, hold up, fool, is not. But it is. I've also been around where food instigation and it's comedy. Yeah, but you are like that with certain foods from MTA.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that with all those foods, but there's some foods that like obviously I won't be able. Like I ain't gonna say the most because I know this food will get like butthurt. But then again, it's like with
I mean, just fools have different personalities.
Yeah, it's like, but with us, it's like we really don't care if you're good butthurt.
Yeah. We don't give a fuck. Yeah. Well, also you've been from the crew for fucking 10 plus years, you know. So I get what you mean, though. That is funny as fuck when you think about it like that. Like, but that's definitely one of the questions people always ask is like, food being from multiple crews, and I'm like, I've done it before. I've been from MIHDB, you know, and yeah, I don't think I'll ever. I mean, I'm getting older now. I'm not really paying this shit, but you're cool with where you're at. You're straight, like no more.
I don't see nothing better than MTA.
Yeah, I feel it. I respect it. I respect it. But so how do you feel about CMH? I'm just kidding. The CMH owner wants to let you guys know that you guys are his little brothers.
Nah, we do that thing, bro. Nah, shout out to all those.
They're the homies. I'm just fucking around. The owner's like, oh, some fools are gonna hit me up. Like, hey, fool. Shout out Epso. Epso's a good friend of the crew for sure.
Hell yeah.
Shout out my boy Epso. And I met a lot of other fools through Evro. Just it's always when we're drunk.
It's always late night.
It's always late night somewhere in Echo Park got some stairs. Everyone's like, I'm with the homie, pull up.
All fucking covered up.
All covered up, like, what's up, fool CMH? I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm like, hey, how you doing? And you caught fame. I mean, I think you're quote unquote famous in the graffiti game. How? I mean, really, you don't want to say it like, fool, you're being humble right now, fool.
Nah, because it's like
off camera you be talking.
Off camera you be talking. I can't be like, I'm motherfucking toy, man.
No, I mean, we could talk shit, but the thing is that I don't think I'm up there yet, because I see like outside of just kind of LA.
Well, because you've already done that though. I feel like I gotta give you that. You killed New Orleans.
That's cool.
Killed Portland. Smashed Portland.
Yeah, that shit was.
Killed Portland.
That shit was fun.
And y'all did your shit in New York. So I think, what's the other mecca of LA? New York, fucker. So what are you missing? Mexico?
No, there's a lot, bro. Everything. It's just a matter of like, I don't even want to do like the States. I want to go like
out the country.
Yeah.
You want to be a swore.
Yeah, that fool fucking, he just can't go back to where he can't go back to Spain. That motherfucker has a war and all that.
Fucking swore. Okay, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah, but I like just like all the homies that I've seen these fools go to Berlin, fucking like the most random spots and just have a cool ass spraycation. Fucking
spraycation. I've never heard that. You're gay. That's mad gay.
That's what it's called.
Who say that? The MTA? You fools are gay. Spraycation? That's gay.
That's what it fucking is. Like, you going out.
Nobody called it a spraycation, owner.
Fool, what am I going over there for?
To go, but that's gay. That's gay.
Bro, trust that shit. That shit just.
I want to let it be known that the MTAs call their vacations spraycations.
It's funny, bro. Just because when we're in New York, I remember waking up. And then I see I'm looking at my stories, and the other homies, already outside in their bikes, fucking in the city bikes, drinking their coffee. Dude.
Oh yeah, you're definitely a totally different fool than all your boys.
Yeah, cause I was in the house, fucking Birdie waking up, fucking.
Who's the one that I always see drinking coffee? I always catch him. I always tell you like, oh, I saw your homies drinking coffee.
Who? All these fools be doing
old ass fools, huh?
Fucking Rollos, fucking Pros, fucking Mumble.
Healthy motherfuckers.
Bro, these fools fucking...
MT gotta be one of the most healthiest crews of all time. I ain't even gonna lie.
$60 waters.
$60 water. Hey, fool, your MTs are bougie, fool. You fools are bougie ass
I hate that shit, fool, because now I be trying to get some nice fancy water. Fool, I swear, bro.
Hey, you know what?
Water's good,
you know what? Fool, you put me on Air One.
I'm telling you, that shit's fire.
Who put you on Air One? Pros?
Yeah,
Pros and Rollos?
Like fucking, I mean, all these fools really
Rollos, you full of shit. I ain't paying no $40 for some bullshit. He took me, okay, so look, Zoner did me a favor and I was like, hey, fool, I got you. He's like, let's go to Air One. And I'm like, what's that? He's like, it's good right there, fool. Homie from MTA go. I'm like, let's go, fuck it. We go to Air One, fool. Tell me why I paid for that. And I'm like, why is it $80? He's like, I think it's like $30-something a fucking plate. I'm like, for this? He's like, it's good though, it's good. And he tried to convince me to buy that stupid water. That's what I'm not doing, Rollos and fucking Mumbo and Pros. Y'all could beat it, buddy.
Nah, that fool Pros though. That fool Pros, shout out Pros. That's my nigga. That fool really be doing the extra, bro. Cause he's like I've learned that, he's
the hippie kind of?
Nah, he's not a hippie. He's just like he's like the only boy. He grew up, so he's kind of picky on what he...
Oh, I'm the only boy.
No, but I'm the only kid. Sorry, the only kid.
Oh, he's the only kid.
Yeah, my bad.
Okay, the homie Pro's is the only kid.
Like, he has
so
he's on top of everything he does. You know? So
one of the coolest foods, by the way. One of the coolest foods I've met.
Vegan, fucking just
Pro's is vegan.
Yeah, now he's
Jesus, Pro, I didn't know that.
He's vegan.
I thought he has beautiful hair. I know, and I wonder because Evro loves Pros. So I'm like, Pros, how do you deal with Evro? Jesus Christ, Pro, poor Pros.
No, that's what. I think that's why everyone fucks with Pros heavy because he's legit.
He's cool. Super cool as fuck. Super
fucking
cool.
Shout out to fucking. He was there when. Well, obviously when fucking Ramsey came through when I got down with the one fools.
Oh yeah,
he was the one talking to that fool. He Pros is the one to pull up to the block, kick it in the alley, chill with us for a bit, and do his thing.
Do you think people think that the MTs you guys are like bougie when it comes to graffiti? Like you fools are bougie fools? Like you fools think you're cool? I think that about your I'm just kidding.
I think it's because these fools are like, I ain't gonna lie, I think most of the MTAs are like Hollywood type shit. It's like, Hollywood vibes. Like these fools are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
They rather pay for like pay a little bit more to get the better shit, other than like us ghetto kids. We're like, we're looking for the for the like.
You fools are I would say a classy crew. That's the way to say it. But you gotta understand that all happened after you fools got indicted as a gang before it. You fools went through that phase already, fools. So now let's be a little more. Cause I follow your homies, and they definitely sit with their legs crossed and drink their coffee. And I'm like, there's a fool painting in my taxes.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to MTAs. Who's your favorite MTA? And don't lie, who's your favorite older homie to tag with? I will say who's my favorite that I met. That I'm gonna make it a little easier for you, but I know you have your favorite. I really like Mumbo, cause he has like Mumbo's a sarcastic. He's really sarcastic, and he's a big ass fool. And I heard a story about that fool kicking somebody, and I wanted to see that. I close my eyes sometimes, and I'm like, I wish I was Mumbo. He's a big motherfucker. So I like Mumbo. Ralos is very quiet, so I fuck with Ralos. And I've only met him briefly, but I fuck with Nomas. He just gives me more me vibes. Like Nomas is, shout out fucking Nomas. He's a cool ass fool.
Oh, I can't. I wouldn't be able to pick one for him.
Pick one, fucking pussy.
They're all fucking like. But to penguin, to chill, to fucking smoke.
No. Who's your favorite all around, fool? Who's your favorite MTA, fool?
Fuck, I don't know, fool.
You're such a pussy.
Okay,
who's your favorite MIH?
Yeah, you.
Nah, no, it's not, pussy. Actually, we doing got a lot. You said folk?
Main head.
A cookie? Shout out Cookie.
Cookie's main head.
Now, my favorite MTA is definitely you, but shout out all the homies that I have met from MTA.
Well, what the fuck? I was supposed to be your favorite MTA, huh?
Yeah, I'm definitely your favorite MTA. Well, it's because it doesn't count because you're also one of my favorite MIHs, so it doesn't really count. But yeah, I mean, shout out all your homies. But shout out Rollos. He do be showing me love on the gram and shit. Right. Rollos, I fuck with Rollos. Okay. So who's your favorite one? Okay, who's your favorite one to paint with?
Probably Suar.
Yeah.
Because he could do the shit I could do, and then...
You also say you're calling Rollos fat.
No.
Yeah, you are. You're saying Rollos can't get up there.
We just don't. We don't have the same schedule, so he paints like when he he does his thing, and I do my thing when I
Recently there was like a famous thing, I guess, quote unquote. The MTA beefed with another crew for a very long time, and then the beef just one day just kind of, and it affected all of us. It affected us because we got into it because of you, essentially. So
it was like a chain. A lot of food.
A lot of crew. It was it was like they had their side and the MTAs had their side, and we all just kind of had to be like, hey, not best buddies, but like, all right.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. You do you, we do us. And
it. I wonder. I mean, and I remember seeing Suffer post about it.
Yeah, shout out Suffer. He's the one
that curated the shit. But that definitely changed the graph game. Where I think a lot of crews were kind of like, and there's crews that might never end their beef that they have. Like, I mean, shit, bro, there's crews that been beefing it for years. And
it's because, like, I mean, for fools that don't, like, there's people that grow up grow up and understand how life is.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
shout out Suffer, because he don't have kids, fool, but he still be smart about what he does.
Yeah.
And he was like, why
continue the bullshit
with all the new fools that just got in and they don't know what they're, who they're backing up or what they're going at, and why are we gonna put these fools in some bullshit they weren't involved in when they could just like settle it and drop it. And
I think for a minute everybody was kind of like people.
A lot of people were telling me, but hey, obviously I was new.
And no, and I think with us, I think you let us know, like, hey, because everyone was going at it with fools from that side, and I mean everybody was doing their thing, fool, when it came to demo. Everybody was. I mean, it was a big ass graph war all over LA. That's been going on for years, but there's a chain of crews that were involved with each other, and I think when you hit us, like, hey, I remember we're like, oh, for real, like, I don't know, like, I think it caught everybody by surprise, right?
Yep, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's some. If you're in the graph game, there's some legendary shit that happened.
Like, old fools still ask me about it. Like, fools that like kind of like drop and are not on the gram and stuff like that.
Yeah,
they be like, oh, you fools still beef? We're like, nah, we been dropped that.
Yeah. That's when somebody that's not in the graffiti world, they saw the video of Bucket that it kind of went viral again, like on TikTok or something. And they're like, hey, fool that aren't in graffiti, they think every graffiti writer knows each other. Like, that's not the way it works. Yeah. But they were like, hey, I was like, that fool he did his shit, the war shit and all that shit. Like,
those are the videos I was talking about. Like,
yeah. That fool Bucket and that fool, he did his shit. And I do remember fucking I do remember like when that beef dropped, it was kind of like a culture shock. Like, oh shit, and nobody kind of really knew what was gonna happen. Like, if it was like, but I think I was one of the first ones to kind of get into the mix, because I got stopped in front of the N2S office, and I was by myself, and them fools were deep in the whip, like the UNOs and them fools. And I was like, damn, I was like, this shit would have been bad right now. I would have been like, boy, I would have packed my ass out. But I was like, oh, I'm doing it for, and they were like, all right. And then they just, they said their shit, and I was like, okay, I guess it is over.
Yeah, no, it's been many times, fool, now that
but I do remember for a minute, because you maybe not beefed it directly with a certain crew, but there's fools that are from two crews. And you were like, oh, okay, well.
Just because you're from.
Yeah, so like, fools would have to get down over shit they don't even know. Like, I guess, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that homie did.
But there's definitely a lot of fools that didn't like it. But I think when you look at it in the long run, I think it helped the graffiti game a little bit, in a sense to where fools have their crews rocking bangers, and fools have their independent shit rocking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now it shows, now that it's been dropped for a while, now it shows.
Like, who really gets up?
Yeah, because now no one's, they're doing their thing, we're doing our thing.
Yeah.
Now it's about getting up.
Just getting up, yeah.
Instead of like, and then like, you could tell because fools used to wait to flick shit. Like all the photographers, the graffiti fucking go.
Yeah, like the graph pages.
They used to love to fucking put that shit up there so everyone.
Oh, they were for sure antagonizers. You would see the fucking the comments, and it was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they did that. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, they definitely knew what they were doing, for sure. They're good and bad. Do you fuck with the graph pages?
Yeah, they cool. They cool. I'm heavy on the like to each his own. So like if I don't fuck with you, it's for a certain reason.
Yeah.
But it's like I ain't really on.
Is there something you don't respect with when it comes to graffiti? Like, I mean, I know we talked about it earlier, like going over like land deeds and shit like that.
Like you're talking about like in a deeper purpose, like
no. I mean that too, but I remember seeing an interview about who did the interview? Person from RXI STP. I remember seeing them do an interview, and he said that the internet fucked up the graph game a little bit when fools were just ready to flick their shit. They weren't even doing it just for the love of graph. They were like ready to flick their shit right away.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I hold nothing against it.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't post my spot. That's why when I paint, I'll post like the street or something small or something like that, like on my can or something. But I wouldn't post a spot just because I want the streets to see it first. You know, that's all like I do with all my videos. That's why I do.
You post it months later sometimes.
Yeah, I just do that just because I'm like, all right, I want the streets to see it first. Let it like whatever. Then all right, now I'm gonna start posting or how I did it, when I did it, how I got up there, what I did. You know, just little shit just to show people what's up. You know. Yeah,
no, and that's definitely dope. I've always admired the graffiti and we've been in the graffiti game for a long time, but you've definitely showed us the other side of it for sure. Like the how you crazy. Like if you look at Zoner's trunk, I'd be like, why the fuck do you have that in your trunk? And he'd be like, watch. And then I'm like, oh,
fool, like using the shit to pick up the car, the jack, put it between the gates.
Yes, you told me that, fool. I was like, fool, why are you getting the jack? And he's like, watch, fool. He's like, 'cause you're fat. Okay, so there was a little hole and Zoner could get in, but I couldn't get in. And it was the hospital. He's like, I need you to help me fit. I'm like, bitch, I don't fit. And he's like, I got you. He spread it out, and I was like, oh shit, let's get it.
Shit. Like, what was that?
I was in there still. I was still stuck in this bitch.
You know, the ladder and shit. Just
the ladder, one of the best ladders of all time.
Yeah, that's fucking the best. That's the key to the city right there.
The ladder. Yeah. That was definitely set you apart. The ladder. Top 5 taggers right now, graphers that you're like, I give it to them right now. They're doing their shit. And
I know them. I don't know them. They're just up. Like,
yeah, they're just up, and you're like, fuck. That me? I think that's you. That might be you. It don't matter. Oh, you.
Yeah, it is me. But damn, there's a lot. Fool, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, there's a couple that stand out. Obviously, like straight up, off top we go what? Sorak
kills it for sure.
Gets his, and it's not just like dirty shit. He gets, he comes clean, comes correct.
Yeah.
Gets his shit in. Fucking, some of the like LMs, them little fools.
Oh yeah.
The full crew and all them fools.
The whole crew gets up, but yeah.
Yeah, then shout out to homie Christ. Christ and God. There's like South Central fools. They're killers. So.
Christ's a killer.
Yeah.
So Christ. Sorak, who else?
Shit, my hitters, fool. Use Z67er.
Use is one of my favorite fools to see.
Be out here. I mean, Suwar.
Yeah,
it sounds like weird because I'm gonna say like my homies. But
yeah, but they are get up.
They're fucking hitters for all the homies. We have like. They be out every other day, food drunk or not. Nah, for real. That's why sometimes I don't even go with these foods because they go drink and then right at the bar and then leave the bar 5-10 deep and
smash.
Go and like, what the fuck? I missed out, dick. But these fools were at the bar, so I'm like, I thought these fools were just in a chill.
I definitely give it to you. That fool gets up.
Yeah, like straight. Like the homies be traveling.
Straight Christ. Christ is one of my favorites for sure. Where's Christ from?
He's from MOT.
Killer, fool.
I have a little brain fart from the other crew right now.
Killer. That fool smashes, fool. He does his shit.
It's a lot.
I'm trying to think of my top favorite.
Yeah.
Let me see. Who kills it? Who do I like?
Shout out to the young fools too. Like, like Mocker.
Mocker from OTR does his shit.
No. He's from STP.
He's from STP now? He's from STP. Oh, no, that's Guard.
Oh, yeah.
Two different fools.
Yeah,
But Guard does his shit too.
Oh, he's always,
Yeah, Guard does his shit. Okay.
New York and out here.
Shout out Mocker.
Shout out Ruko. Shout out all the young fools putting in work, doing their shit.
I definitely like, I'm a fan of Mocker. The homie Redo from the crew's been doing his shit. We'll give it a redo. Who else? Who else am I like?
Kind of weird now. I've been starting to see a lot of females pop up,
Shout out the girls too. Shout out. Oh, well, your homegirl Raquel does her shit, kills it. Her letters are hard too. RAKL, that's shit. Unless you're a real grapher, that's gonna be tough to bomb.
Yeah.
So I give it to Raquel.
That's the big homie.
That's your big homie. she actually did reply that on the asked question. She said, "So for my little homie, I said that's disrespectful. Don't talk about my boy like that."
she's like a dude.
Raquel. I'm trying to think of just graphers that I see. Mocker. I fuck with
Yeah,
I really fuck with Marker, and it's crazy because we know them fools.
Yeah.
You know somebody that I used to see up kill it, and I used to get Blue. Blue, he was Blue.
The boy from TOL.
He's from like the SGV, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him right
downtown.
Yeah, killer. Yeah.
Cause there's the new. Oh, well, I don't know. There's a couple. The Blue from.
I give it to the STPs in general. They're doing their shit with like the rollers and just big ass spots. I seen him in the Bay when I went to the Bay. I'm thinking there's another fool that I'm getting a brain fart about too. That I see fucking up. I mean, there's a lot of fools that kill it for sure, but I mean,
it's just a brain fart now, huh?
Yeah. Like, right now that I'm thinking about it, but there is a gang. There's so many fools. Now that I think about it, there's a lot.
Like shit's been like different now with fools just hitting everything and anything,
Yeah, because the city's not really buffing.
Yeah, it's like weird. A lot of shit runs, some shit buzz.
Let me see. Oh, Hopes!
Oh,
what the fuck?
Oh, but he's been stamped. Like
but he's still full. That fool's.
Yeah, he's been stamped.
Shout out to homie Bebo doing his.
See and look at the difference between Hope though. Hope is killing out here. That fool's killing other cities too.
Bro,
it's like
that's when El Salvador in pain. He's risking his life to be in Secot.
That's a different.
That fool must really love. He must really love grab my boy because Hopes. What the fuck?
See, that's a different level of getting up though.
I ain't gonna lie. If I hit that fool for an interview, he told me no. Kind of hurt my feelings.
I should have said no.
The fucking lame. Yeah, I give it to shout out to homie Bebo from DB.
Oh yeah,
he's doing something different.
Yeah, he's doing something.
I know a lot of people are like, stop hitting the freeway, but he's doing his own type of graffiti.
He made it something like positive. He's making something out of it now.
Yeah.
He's at that age where it's not. He's doing his shit, making money out of it now. Fuck it.
I'm looking at like some.
I respect it.
I'm looking at some pages. Yeah. Ice from OTR. I fuck with Ice from OTR. Yeah. Oh, the homie Meat. The homie Meat doing this shit. DB, you know what I'm saying? Okay, see, that's right. I needed to see the girl Blue. Cause there's two Blues, right? That's two different people.
That's what I was talking about right now.
You were talking about girl Blue.
Yeah, she's active.
She's doing. Does she know that she's spelling blue wrong?
I think I'm not sure if she's
or what if it's not even blue?
Yeah, what if it's not blue? It's something else.
Is it Bilou? Bilou. Where's she from?
Total Knockout.
What graphic? What crew she from?
Total Knockout.
TON?
TKO.
Oh, she's from TKO. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, who's the other?
It's Toll. That's from TOL. That's Blue from TOL.
That's Blue from TOL.
He's the one that's downtown at the moment. That's when you said it. I was like, oh, okay, back then.
Yeah, because he hasn't been really painted, but I remember just seeing that for a minute.
He was just, getting it.
Okay, yeah, there's a gang of fools. Your homies kill it, man. Everybody kills it. But I would definitely give it to fucking shout out to homie Effort does the shit. What's up, Lane? Shout out to homie Yams and Sneakers. Damn, fucking Suor, what a beast, huh?
Oh, he's the one that popped out the buildings.
Suor popped off the building. Okay, so I want to give credit to where it's due. Because you're also a piece of shit, and this is where I have a problem you being from MTA. The building's cracked off. Zoner, let's go hit the building.
I was being a dick.
Nah, hold on. You're a bitch, fool. And I'm going to say it in front of everybody. You're a piece of shit. Zoner, let's go hit the building. Nah, it's not going to last.
No, I was saying
a couple days later, MTA has the biggest fucking bomb on the building. You're a piece of shit.
Fool.
You love them more than us. It's fine.
No, it's because I seen it when
I need that from Rollos and Mumbo and them.
I seen it when Suora got it.
Who'd you do the bomb with?
Key.
Who'd you do the big ass MTA with?
Everybody. Fool, ZUs.
I need that from ZUs. I need that from all of them.
Appear like orchestrated that shit, but.
Oh, Pier, one of my favorites right there. You know, there's a lot of foods I wish I could bomb. Like, it's just not gonna happen because I don't have time for it. But I feel like, damn, Soar's a beast. I'm looking at his shit right now. Erupt. Fucking, there's a gang of fools that do this shit.
One that has.
Oh yeah, Endum,
that motherfucker.
He's one of the fools. He's one of the fools that I.
Endum is killing it, fool, and he's killing it with. I see the video of him. When he uses the thing to latch down,
yeah,
killing it.
Yep, and the homie like Shit, I don't know if you've been seeing my posts, but the MTAs they've been popping. The homie Chan.
Oh, I haven't actually.
He's been doing the rappel shit like out here, bro, because he's from the Bay. But every time he comes out here, he's the one that hit the one in downtown, the windows on top.
Oh yeah. Damn, and what a fucking beast. That was a beast, dog. Shout out the homies from Love Crew. Shout out the homies from PM, fool. The PM's always doing their shit. The PMKs.
Desmo.
Shout out my boy Desmo. There's a gang of fools that I wish we did this more. Oh, that fool DR1.
Dr. One?
Is it Dr. One?
Yeah, oh well, I think that's what the fucking I've never met him, but I have him on Instagram.
He's from
old
NCT.
school. He's old school.
Dr. One, you're a beast. I would love to interview you. Let's see.
He's old school, fool.
I'm looking at a gang of fools right now.
That fool for sure pull up.
Let me see.
He chill.
Oh, this fool too. That fool Sick from NBC. The fool that the YR, he does like a crazy.
Oh, the roller.
The roller? I fuck with that fool too. Damn, he uses a beast.
Because that's why people are doing different shit now, you know?
Q8er from OTR, right?
Yeah.
Q8er from OTR.
That's what's his name's cousin?
That's whose cousin?
Nomas.
Oh yeah, shout out Q8er. There's a gang of fools, fool. That you gotta give respect where it's due, brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I think, see, like you wrote from TKO, that fool gets up. I've been seeing that for shit a lot in like random places. There's a gang of fools, man. Let me see. Let me see. This is.
Let me see if I could. It's just.
I gotta press play.
These like pictures.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll send them to this fool.
They're like the rappel ones and shit. Like
What does that mean, rappel?
when you're hanging with the phone.
Damn, is that fool not scared to do that shit?
Fools are like 160 pounds. Fools are chilling up there.
You didn't join them? You were in the counter? You fucked that up.
No, I didn't go. Fool, these fools were out being lit, and then they went out late. I was like, oh, fucking dickheads.
That's sick, fool.
But I mean, that's
who? That's Chan?
That's Chan, Score, and Z67.
Score's one of my favorites too.
Yeah.
I don't like foods with numbers in their name. I'm gonna just be honest. But I'll get down with foods like that straight up.
You know what's crazy? It's a crazy little story about that too. Because that fool, if you look at the numbers, what it spells out is zone. He used to write zone when he was in high school.
And now you fools beef it. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's from your crew?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a gang of fools that right now that I'm looking at the pages that I have saved is like that I saved the gang of pictures, but I also went to a graph page. I'm not even gonna lie. The Homegirl Sweets one does their shit. Shout out the Homegirl Sweets. The B and Dubs always do their shit. There's a gang of fools that I'm a huge fan of, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Like just the graffiti game and all around fool. I'm just a fan. But shout out my boy B-Boy doing this shit. Gang of crews from years back have been doing this. But see, this fool sick. I fuck with this fool.
Yeah,
like that fool sick from NBC. Is NBC right? Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that fool.
Crews. He's from NBC and YR.
Yeah. Shout out the REMs too. Sure. REMs I've always fucked with their shit too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of fools out there that really be killing it. Like you just don't really think about shit. Then
I mean it's because it's and again and that's why I give a shout out to Suffer and the other fool from TKL where they figured out what's like, you know, and it kind of made the graph game like fool that's still beefing, but now fools that really do care about getting up and you can see fools really painting their ass. There's young fools that I see on TikTok smashing. And I'm like, damn, I can't even do that.
Yeah.
I still struggle with my throwing, motherfucker. I'm just a better tagger than owner. Overall, I'm a better tagger than you. But you definitely could bomb and do everything.
You got style.
I got style. God gave me faith. What do you mean? I got way more style than you. You're a toy.
Oh, it's just
you can't catch tags. You're a fucking toy.
My shit is just like neat and like simple.
And a toy.
People just can't do simple.
Yeah, I'm bomb better than you, to be honest. Yeah. Who's a better bomber than you in the crew?
Bomber, as in like making it look, or just getting active, or what are we talking about?
No, you get the most active. We get it, fool.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Don't be mean to the homies. Who has better style than you?
Just Rams.
Bombing Rams. Damn, I miss my boy Rams.
I think just Rams probably like phone, but I don't know now. It's different.
Yeah. The homie's a barber. He don't give a fuck about shit. He out the way. He don't give a fuck about us. I would give best tagger, like tags, Bug 'em.
Oh yeah, Bug.
Oh, the
yeah,
homie Bug,
got steez.
that fool Steez is out of control. And when he puts his thought into shit, he's definitely good. Evero's the most toy that gets up. I hate his bombs. I hate everything he does. I hate fools that tag with their left because you have to start the bomb a weird way. He's just fucking an idiot. I hate him. Bug's another lefty.
I hate fools that scared of heights.
Oh, Evero? Oh, scared of heights.
The last one.
Oh, I hate fools that are scared of heights. Oh, Rovik could kind of. Oh, Rovik.
But Rovig's always been like a black book. Like he's going hard on black book.
But when he does put in the work, he gets up for sure. Yeah, I hate everything about Evero. His
I hate his teeth.
I hate his fucking teeth. I hate the way he tags. I find that he misspells his name. EVRO, like that's not even your name. You're missing the other E. Evero, like
when Demo does it, he switches.
Oh, I hate Demo too. Demo, that fat piece of shit.
Fucking God.
Oh, Demo gets me mad, fool. Demo gets me mad because of how up he is, but he's fat and ugly. He's just fat and ugly.
And talks the most shit.
It talks the most shit, fool. Demo leaves MIH once a week. He'll hit the group chat like, fuck MIH. Leave the group chat and join an hour later. Be like, I'm back, boys. Damn, there is a lot of fools that are getting up doing their shit, man. If you're doing graffiti, keep doing it, man. Just know it does come with a lot, though. It does come with a lot, I think.
And be a fucking... And this is for all the scumbags out there. Be a human, you know? If you got kids, take care of your fucking kids. You got shit to do, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go work, go get your paper, then go fucking paint, you know?
Yeah, motherfucker, stop not being there for your kids. The graph game's in a good spot. I think there's a lot of upcoming young fools too, you know? Like you said, like the markers, the guards.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of fools that I reply to or see on my DMs. Little kids, bro. Like, high school, just like sending me their sketches and stuff. And they're like, oh, how's this, how's that? And it's like, you know.
Oh, relax, teacher.
No, but I don't like.
Send me their sketches in math class.
No, fool, but it's more like these fools just want like approval or something, you know, like.
Well, I think
I'm nobody. But
I think if we're being honest, fool, you might have been like, especially you being a local, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think obviously the crew did we're still doing our thing. I think we get a lot of credit where, you know, for being a crew with not that many fools, I think we get a lot of credit for the graph with the shit.
Yeah, because we all started young, and now look at us.
So I mean, we lasted this long.
For you paved the way, and like of doing that internet shit, like you added up there, bro. Like you did his own thing, and then
and I've always wanted to thank the homies because you guys have always been really supportive of my career. You fools come with me places. There's nobody I would rather hang out with than my best friends from my crew. You know, it's the best time. But I think you paved the way for a lot of young, because again, in the section, fools weren't really into the graph. It was more about the beef and other stupid shit. And we've always been big on the homies being on drugs. Like, we don't let the homies be addicted to drugs. We don't let, you know, like we definitely try to correct that because I feel like we big on family, but I think overall with the graph and the way you've paved the way for a lot of like, because you're not that much older, fool. You're in your 20s, you know, but like when you got into MTA, you were young, and you were young from the section. So it was like being from a crew that was known in the section and mostly only in the section to being from a crew that's known worldwide. You kind of changed the game, and you like, you know how many crews there's been around us growing up that, I mean, and shout out the DBs, and who knows, maybe there's fools out from DB that could have gotten into MTA, whatever that happened, or whatever. We will never know. They're an older generation than us. But for the new gen, before the crew started in 2014, for you to be from a crew that young and then get into a crew that's been around, that's famous, I think a lot of younger fools coming up definitely do give you the credit. Like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you talk to Sneaky, Croak, and them, it's an honor. I take it like that just because I respect and what I love for the graph. Not just because you're from MTA, but overall what you've done. You actually go out and paint. But you earned the spot in MTA and you did what you did. And I think that credit has been due. It's definitely something to see in the graph game. Do his shit for sure.
Yeah, that's why I be trying to do the same thing, pave the way for the little homies. Like, when it comes up to like what's their shit called? Doing shit for different people, like stores or smoke shops and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And I try to pave the way, within not charging, not doing stuff like that. Just, you know, to show love to the homies. Show
For sure. Like doing production and shit.
Yeah, doing productions, you know, just
no, it's definitely something
show
to
love and get up.
Yeah, nah, for sure. But you definitely are doing your shit though, so credit to you, Bob. Is there somebody that you would love to paint with that you haven't got the chance to paint with?
Yeah, just the homies from the crew. Like that are fucking out of state and shit like that. My goal is just traveling.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause I mean, you know, going down the same street all the time.
Going down it's a little burnt out for you, huh?
Going down Sunset, going down Western, Normandy,
Crenshaw, Florence, Slauson. I know what you mean.
Yeah, it was just like
you want new spots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I think even when we went to the Bay, it was fun. When we went to the Bay, you pulled up on me in the Bay, and we had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, shit, with the little time we had, we were kidding shit.
Yeah.
After the club.
We were drunk as fuck. After 3,000 Julio bottles, and let's go pay.
All right, you left. You left those females already, or we were at the spot? Pull up.
Yeah. I left with some Betty. This owner was like, "We're at the spot already." I pulled up. I had some fresh Air Forces. My butt crack was out. My pants were falling. Everyone was asleep with the wine bottle instead of keeping lookout. But shout out Beto. Beto. Shout out Beto. Beto's an underrated MIHer.
No, he's from Atlanta.
Beto and Andy and Andres. Ciego.
Yeah, Ciego. We're still the you know, between the N2S and the MIHs.
Yeah. Shout out Nana Sub. Shout out owner. You feel me? MIH, MTA, man. Anything you want to say before we get out of here, brother? Don't be a scumbag. I know you said that earlier.
Yeah, don't be a scumbag. Shout out to all the homies. MTA up. MIH up.
Jesus. And Ralos, I think you're the best tagger in MTA. We're out of here. We love y'all. Wow.